Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are group 3 and in this video we are going to talk about lecturers code of ethics. But before we start, let me introduce our members. Next. All right, our group members, we have Melanie Febriani, Zain Adinul Falah, Emma Amalia Sufi, Karina Safira, Zafran Bimo Daryadi, and Saila Salsabila. All right, next. What is code of ethics? The code of ethics is a guideline for attitudes, behavior, and action in carrying out tasks and daily life. The government and the People's Representative Council have issued law number 14 of 25 concerning teachers and lecturers, which regulates the code of ethics and lecturers. Next. In addition, the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics is regulated by PGRI, where the norms and principles set out. It have been agreed and accepted by Indonesian teachers as a guide for attitudes and behavior in carrying out professional duties as educators, community members, and citizens. All right, the next slides will be explained by Zafran Bimo.
Okay, thank you, Zain. So the Lecturer Code of Ethics is a series of moral norms that must serve as a guideline for lecturers in behaving and thinking according to their responsibilities. The Lecturer's Code of Ethics is usually regulated by each concerned university according to the characteristics of the university. Okay, next slide, please. So now let's take a look at UMIA Lecturer Code of Ethics as an example. Next, please. The scope of UMIA Lecturer Code of Ethics, including number 1, the Lecturer Code of Ethics is applied to all lecturers in UMIA, including permanent foundation lecturer, employed co-practice lecturers, and contract lecturers. Number 2, the Lecturer's Code of Ethics covers the attitudes and behavior of lecturers in carrying out their obligations in relation to self and family, university, fellow lecturers, educational staff, students, Muhammadiyah life, social life, and the last one, country life. Next, please. Okay, the next slide is lecturer ethics to self and family. The lecturers of University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta are required to A. Faith and fear to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, uphold the law based on Pancasila and the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. C. Have good morals. D. Uphold moral norms. E. Honest and open. F. Avoid conflicts of personal, group, and class interests. G. Initiative to improve the quality of knowledge, abilities, skills, and attitudes. H. Have high fighting power. I. Maintain physical and spiritual health. J. Maintain the integrity and harmony of the family. K. Neat and polite appearance. And the last one, have integrity and a high sense of responsibility. Okay, the next slide will be explained by Saila.
Okay, thanks Bimo for letting me to continue the presentation. So let's take a look to the new slide here. It is about lecture ethics towards university. So every lecturer must uphold the principles, vision, mission, and goals of the university. In carrying out the duties of Chatur Dharma in the field of education and teaching, each lecturer is obliged to uphold the following values, such as teach earnestly and with full responsibility for quality teaching, honest, full of dedication and responsibility in carrying out tasks, The next is be fair and earnest in providing academic services to students. The next is demonstrate attitudes and behaviors that should be used as role models for students. And the last, lectures are required to provide the guidance needed by students in order to facilitate the completion of their students. The next slide is about lecture ethics in research. In carrying out the duties of Chakra Dharma in the field of research, every lecturer must uphold the following values such as be serious and carrying out research, behave and think analytically and critically. The second is be serious in maintaining academic abilities and progress in their respective disciplines so that they can continue to follow the direction of the development of science and technology. The three, uphold scientific truth and honesty and refrain from acts that violate the norms of the scientific community. The fourth is respect academic freedom, scientific freedom, and scientific autonomy. And the last is have a spirit of independence and the ability to improve quality continuously. The next is about lecture ethics in the field of community service. So, in carrying out the duties of Chakra Dharma in the field of community service, every lecturer is obliged to uphold the following values, such as able to work synergistically with lecturers from various disciplines and cross-sectoral partners, and then appreciate the community participation in establishing service programs. The next is don't impose the will on the community. And the next is positioning students as partners who still need a social learning process. And the last is can enlightenment and improve the welfare of the community as well as benefit the entire academic community. And the next slide will be extended by Melanie.
Okay, thank you, Sayla, for the opportunities. Let's go to the next slide. Obligation of lecturer in the field of character development. In carrying out the duties of Chatur Dharma in the field of character development, each lecturer is obliged to uphold the following values. First, make faith and monotheism in Allah as the source of all life activities. Two, follow the behavior of the Prophet Muhammad in practicing noble character. Third is carry out worship as well as possible in accordance with the guidance of the Prophet Muhammad. Fourth, view and respond to the life of the world actively and positively. Fifth, have an Islamic work ethic. Sixth, avoid acts of corruption, collusion, and nepotism, as well as other bad practice. Next. Lecture ethic toward fellow lecturer and education personnel. Lecture ethic toward fellow lecturers and education personnel include A, mutual respect between fellow lecturers and education staff regardless of position and social status. B, maintain a sense of unity and oneness. C, respect differences of opinion. D, uphold the dignity of fellow lecturers and education staff. E, maintain and establish good cooperation among lecturer and education staff. F, maintain and establish a sense of solidarity among lecturers and education staff. G, avoid conflict of interest of individuals or groups. Next. Code of ethics for lecturer in the life of Muhammadiyah. A, make the association of Muhammadiyah a solid and superior Islamic da'wah movement in various fields of life. B, maintain, carry out, and accomplish the movement and step of the association with full istiqomah, siddiq, amanah, tabligh, and fatona. C, show exemplarily in speech and behavior, charity and struggle, discipline and responsibility, and have the willingness to learn in all fields of the life that are needed. D, foster trustworthy behavior in leading and managing the organization with all its affairs. E, not pursuing a position in the association, but not avoiding oneself when receiving a mandate. F, have a reformer spirit and a high da'wah spirit. G, responsible for carrying out the mission of Muhammadiyah. H, abstain from act of taklib, syirik, bid'ah, superstition, and superstition. And the last, show Muslim personal character and can build an Islamic family. Okay, for the next slide will be explained with my friend Emma Amalia Sufi.
Okay, thank you, Melanie, for the opportunities. So the next slide is Code of Ethics in Social Life. The ethics of lecturers in social life are as follows. A. Respect every citizen regardless of religion, belief, ethnicity, race, and social status. B. Realize a match, aligned, and harmonious lifestyle with the community. C. Develop empathy, respect, and courtesy. D. Respond to the condition of the community environment. E. Oriented to improve the community's welfare in carrying out their duties. And F. Maintain awareness and enthusiasm for educating the nation's children. Next. The next is Code of Ethics for Lecturers in the National Life. The ethics of lecturer in national life are as follows. A. Loyal and obedient to Pancasila and the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. B. Raise the dignity of the nation and the state. C. Comply with all applicable laws and regulations. D. Become the glue and unifier of the nation in the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia. E. Respect human rights. F. Maintain the integrity, unity, and integrity of the nation. And G. Prioritize the interests of the state and nation over personal and or group interests. Next. Conclusion. The teaching profession's code of ethics defines the rules that must be followed by all members of the profession in the performance of their duties and in community life. The following are the general goals of the teacher code of ethics are maintaining the profession's dignity, to look for and maintain the members' well-being, to increase the dedication of the profession's members, to improve the profession's quality. The following are some of the functions of the teacher's code of ethics are provide professional guidance to all members of the profession on the defined professionalism principles as a social control mechanism for the community over the profession in jeopardy and prevent extraneous parties from intervening with ethical connections between members of professional organizations. The next will be presented by Karina.
Okay, thank you for your permission, Emma. That is all about our explanation in the lecture of Code Ethics in general and the Universitas of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I hope you guys have a nice day and thanks for watching this video. If you want to ask the question, give me the comments of your opinions about our videos. You can do it in the discussion forum on the next Thursday. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.